What up, y'all? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thank you so much for stopping through to this reading with me. This is going to be the healing process for the collective reading for the week of June 4th through the 10th. And I think when I posted yesterday, I put the dates on there a little bit wrong just because I got so caught up on this full moon that is coming in tonight. So make sure that you get outside and take a gander, charge anything that you need to charge underneath that full moon tonight so that you can have all of that good Sagittarius energy loaded up. Sagittarius energies of luck. And again, we are talking about making that first impression and how good they are at that. So go out and meet somebody new or do something new this weekend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my timeline so I can actually see comments. I'm gonna have to mute this because it really doesn't be showing me the comments anywhere else. We are now live on Instagram and YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, or excuse me, Instagram and Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, you are going to get the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome in energies of earth, air, fire, and water. Let us create a life of beauty, reverence, and wonder. With each season, let us rejoice. Through every phase of sun and moon, let us be in harmony. In every direction shall we offer our love. Great Spirit, Mother Creator, bless the earth through my life, source of all nourishment. We seek to replenish your sacred world. Guide us now through these images, words, and feelings within as we reach into the wholeness. Let all that is needed be known. So we are still talking about that bridge that we are crossing next week. So the bridge that we were to be working on this week was for us to find our purpose. And then next week, the message, this is how it's been going. Now there's some cards in here from the new moon reading, as well as there are some cards from the bridge crossing, and then the guidance portion of the bridge crossing reading. And when we did the bridge, the first card that came out was the Temperance card. And again, this is a Sagittarius energy. This is definitely the season that we're in. So we are looking to create some type of balance wherever we feel life is out of balance in our lives. During the reading, we did get the Four of Wands upside down, which to me just meant to come out of your box. You have been using your place of stability, your place of familiarity, as an actual cave or something that's keeping you from everything that can make you grow. You've been hiding. And so instead of it being that safe haven that it's supposed to be, it's actually turned into something that is being used to your detriment. So you want to start getting out of your safe zones, take those leaps and bounds, be like that fool, and go ahead and jump. And also planting some new seeds. So the new seeds that you are planting are because you are in a rebirth period. You can either look at the seeds that you're planting as the baby that you're going to be birthing, or you can look at yourself as the new baby. Are you being rebirthed? Are you that phoenix rising? Are you coming into some new energy that's going to make you, sort of a totally new person than you've ever been before? Or is it just, some additions that you're adding on? But whatever it is that you are doing, it is the perfect time for you to use your creative energies. So whether you are an artsy person or you want to invent something new, you see a problem that this world is facing, you have the perfect design element to go in and, change that for the world, give them that thing that they need to fix that, you are birthing that. Some of you are also birthing new relationships and soulmate relationships. Not just any relationships, but in relationships that are going to be very prominent in your life right now. And just because it's a soulmate relationship doesn't mean that it's going to last forever, doesn't mean that it's going to be your partner relationship. Again, some people are having babies, some people are birthing businesses, some people are birthing new attitudes, some people are birthing new communities. You have decided to birth this particular thing though so that you can create the balance that you need in your life. So some of you, your foundation that you have built around yourself has actually already turned upside down. So where it's not like this perfect little safe haven anymore, there's something that's now bothering you about it. Some of you are calling in a soulmate that is a partner because you are tired of doing everything on your own. You having to do everything on your own has led to that hole in your soul, to where you're just fed up and you feel like you are having too many tasks and you are feeling buried. And then sometimes when people get overwhelmed like that, they just stop. I'm not going to keep fighting out. It's just too much, and then they're doing nothing, and it's just continuing to pile up. Some of you have decided to create, like we said, businesses, having children, doing something new in your life, and this thing is going to help to fill that hole in your soul. So where you might have just recently lost someone or something, some people have experienced some great tragedies and traumas, and have for a while been caught up in the energy in regard to that loss, which is normal. They are choosing to birth something that is going to fill up that hole and take up that space. And so you, of course, have to be a whole being on your own. There's nothing in this world that can make you whole. But if you know that there's a hole in you that's being caused because you're not doing this, or you don't have this, and it's something that you can have or you can go get, then you can always manifest it, create it, go out and get it, whatever it takes for you to go ahead and fill that hole. And then you have to be careful of self-sabotage, because you are creating, right, this soulmate to fill this hole in your body, but it may not look like what you think it looks like. It may not come with what you think it comes with. It may not be at where you think it's at. So if you get somewhere and you're like, this seems like everything I manifested, but they want me to move to another country, or, the job might want you to work in another country. This person might live in another state. It just might be something that's taking you somewhere different. It just might be showing up looking something different. It could have different color hair, different color eyes, different type of height, different type of style than what you have dreamed up. If it's a person, it can be a person in a different field of business that has enough information, though, for you to apply the information that they have in their field to your type of business, even though it's very different. And so you'll have to be very open-minded to this. But this full moon card is here, and this card does say completion. So the old cycle, wherever you were feeling like you had that hole in your soul, you had that great emptiness, you didn't know what to do with yourself or with the things that you were given. Maybe you were sort of taking things a little bit for granted, and not even necessarily that. You just didn't know how to use them to let them express their value. And so it just kind of felt like you had stuff that you didn't know what to do with, or time that you didn't know what to do with, or money that you didn't know what to do with, people in your life that you didn't know what to do with. So the end of that cycle is going to come. You are breaking away from old soul contracts. So if you had soul contracts that kept you in these places for said amount of times, say for instance, 10 years ago, you had this beautiful home that you lived in, but say things started happening in that home. Just stuff started breaking, major things need to be replaced, and you kept saying, I don't know if home ownership is right for me. And so then you breached the contract. Something then in your life happened that caused it to where either you lost the home, or you had to move out of the home and move into a different home or a different type of living situation, right? And so it caused that contract to break. You could be coming to the end of the period of that broken contract, so that whatever it was that you said that you couldn't handle, you were complaining about, that was actually what you really wanted in the long run for yourself, but you weren't able to see that far. You might have already broken a contract like that. And if not, and I mean, you broke the contract way back then, and listen to my throat trying to close up, saying some stuff we didn't have no business saying. Also, in yesterday's reading, we got the memo to not be doing a whole bunch of talking. Be careful what you're saying and who you're saying it to, because you don't know who they work for or who they're running it back to, especially if you're meeting new people. You might want to kind of be the coy person, the mysterious person in the room, in the crowd, not the loud, and because it is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius can really be forefront and opinionated and not withholding their opinions, and no one's saying, keep your true feelings or your natural self back. But maybe you need to, like these apprentice cards came out in this reading, you need to be in a learning state of mind. You need to be in a receptive, perceptive state of mind. And so maybe you might want to kind of keep it zipped a little bit so that you can hear a little bit more. All right, so again, we're going to pull these cards up. We have learning about love, money, and time, those types of energy forces here with this apprentice of bowls. And we then have learning with this pipes energy. And I'm just looking at her like, she's trying to perfect some type of skill. So maybe also you might want to pay close attention to the parts of your skill that you have not perfected at this time, and really pour a lot of love into those things. So the Wild Kuan Yin card that came out for this reading was the number 18, the little one rises. And we did read both the reading and the guidance portion of that card. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the healing portion of this card. Just want to give you a little bit of a reminder that this card was saying to nurture and protect the small starts. Okay, so be thankful for where you're at right now and whatever it is you're starting. Again, right now, it may not be getting the money that you expect for it to have. It may not be getting the attention that you expect for it to have. That doesn't mean that you can choose to not show up. You have to keep showing up, and showing up. And then also, have you created a plan? If you have not created a plan for whatever it is that you are planning to do, then how are you going to gauge whether or not you are staying on the course? Just because you're doing something every day, you could be doing a lot of busy work that's really not advancing your business or advancing yourself. Like, say for instance, if you don't really have weight to lose, but you have muscle to gain, but you're going to the gym and you're doing workout classes that are like Zumba, you're running and stuff like that, it's not helping you to build any muscle tone. It's not helping you you need to get in there and lift some weights, right? So even though you can be doing some work, you might not be doing the proper work, and then therefore it's not going to do for you what it actually needs to do for you. So you need to analyze exactly which part of this plan that has it been that you haven't been doing. Because again, like we said when we were crossing this bridge for this week, we've done this, and this. This week you actually should have been able to analyze what the next steps were to get you to going further in the right direction. So if you haven't done that, definitely make sure that you do that. And then now it's time to cut off all the bull crap. Cut off all the stuff that you know that you are paying attention to, that's taking up space in your mind, taking up space in your heart, that really actually means nothing to you, absolutely nothing to you, and you don't understand why you're entertaining it. Those things most definitely need to be cut off. So the healing process says to repeat this incantation aloud. The small become the mighty, courageous and brave. Truth and justice now prevail. In the grace of the mother, I am safe. I am ready for all that I need to face. I gain strength from my heart, trust in the bigger plan. Step by step on my path, her grace shows me the way. To grow and succeed, all assistance I receive. My success is assured. My power has matured. Through the divine grace of Kuan Yin, who loves me unconditionally, so be it. Okay, so repeat that incantation aloud as many times as you see fit, to where when you are reading the part that says, my power has matured, that you actually feel your power. You feel the strength. You feel all that is within your power. And then when we go to this moon reading that we did for the current full moon, the affirmation was, I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. And told you that confidence was your key to success. So you're going to have to be confident in your power. You're going to have to be confident that your power is strong enough and mature enough to see you and get you through any obstacle that is getting ready to come in front of you. The card continues to read, you may then like to stand up after you do the incantations to really feel grounded. Notice the connection of your feet on the earth and the heat in your body. So it's something that you also might want to do outside perfectly tonight underneath of the full moon would be awesome to start the week. And you have, like the next 3 days where the moon is going to be really strong and you can go out there and do that. It says, allow your mind to be in the here and now. Notice the air on your skin and the breath in your nostrils. Then notice the feeling of your clothes and your body and the weight of your body through your feet as you stand on the earth. Breathe in and out deeply. You have so much life, so much divine, wild, and loving presence circulating through your body, mind, and soul. You are real. You are alive. You are protected. And that is the completion of the healing process. So I didn't grab my 2 books, but there are 2 books that I want to utilize for this reading. Don't be looking at what's on the floor back there, because ain't no telling. I got so many papers to go through. Let's see. 2 or 3. And this is going to be the final part of this reading. So as I'm pulling this out, I just want to give a reminder that personal readings are available via my website. If you are on Facebook, it is marked here at the in the comment section. And if you are on Instagram, you can click the link on my bio. Same on YouTube. I will go ahead and post the link at the end of the video. All right, so the first book that I pulled out is Herbs That Heal. And the herb that is standing out on this page that you might want to go ahead and purchase and either work into your ritual or your daily plan is eucalyptus. And eucalyptus is good for bronchitis and throat inflammation. It says here, gum problems. You can herbalize your toothbrushing. You can fortify your water jet. So we got eucalyptus here. We also have echinacea. And then these are the problems that might be coming up this week that these things can help you with. So gum problems. So brush your teeth. Put, it says plaque turns white teeth a dirty shade of yellow. But this sticky film does its worst damage where you can't see it below the gum line. In fact, plaque ranks at the top cause of gum disease, taking responsibility for about 80% of all dental problems. So make sure you're brushing and flossing daily. And it's funny because I just told my daughter that today. She left the house today. She said, my tooth is kind of hurting. Do you know what it could be? I said, did you floss after you brush your teeth today? Like every time you brush your teeth, you need to floss. So it says to fortify your water jet with echinacea. And that's something that I've never done before. So if you have like the water pick, then you can add some echinacea to that. And then it says to herbalize your toothbrushing. So if you don't know how to, or if you don't have At this point in time, most people have stopped using toothpaste that has fluoride in it because it's really not healthy for you. But this is saying to mix 1 tablespoon of golden seal. I love golden seal. When I got sick this like winter, I took some golden seal and I could just feel it working its way up and pushing all of the gunk out of my body. They banned it for a while for a reason, but you can get it again. So I will put a link to some golden seal in this video on YouTube as well. So a tablespoon of golden seal with enough water to form a paste. Then brush your teeth as you normally would. It's bitter tasting herb that contains 2 alkaloids, hydroxine and berberine, that are potent antibiotics and inflammation fighters. And it's also saying that you can drink some chamomile after meals, sip or chew some peppermint. So those are the herbs that it might be handy to work with. You might also have some issues with gas. Gas is here on the other page, and so it says to put the brakes on with fennel, run out of gas with peppermint, and season your food with gas banishing spices. So a lot of people have replaced meat with different types of beans and to get that protein in. And so if you want to keep them from getting you gassy, of course, first you want to soak them and clean them properly. But the spice rack, it says aniseed, basil, chamomile, cinnamon, garlic, ginger, lemon, onion, oregano, and rosemary, which are all excellent carminatives. Okay, so it says here that women pass gas an average of 12 times a day, the same as men. And then, be careful what your eating habits are. Lactose, dairy, and sweet foods are all going to contribute to having gas. And then we have to be careful in regard to heat exhaustion. And y'all know me, I'm in the desert, so some people thrive when the weather is wet with humidity and sizzling hot. Others are overcome by heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Caution is the guide here, so when a person is overcome by heat, get them instantly cool and wet. Another thing that you can do is to drink those electrolyte packets, and I can put a link to the ones that I use. I just drank some yesterday, and then I bought a watermelon, and we ate it all in one day. I ate much more than the other people in the household, but get yourself a watermelon. That's going to put a lot of fluid into your body. And then also try to get the electrolytes powder and the hydration powders and add them to your drinks. Let me see if there's anything else here. That was the only one condition there. And so some crystals that might be of good use when we are in the section that happens to be for women's health, where I ended up turning to. But of course, this book does give out crystals for the whole family, and they just provide protection and give a sanctuary for deep healing. So crystals that you might want to either put in your pocket, on your person, wear as a necklace, put on your altar, are amber, amethyst, apache tear, which is obsidian, and it says here jade. Make sure it's real jade. Also moonstone, rose quartz, and smoky quartz. Okay, so that is all that I have for this reading. This has been the healing portion of the reading for this week, and I hope that it helps to carry you across that bridge that we are so eagerly and expectantly walking our way across at a steady pace, because steady wins the race. Don't forget that it's not so hard to say goodbye to tomorrow, and that it's very important that you get So excited this week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go back to the bridge crossing reading and to the guidance reading for this week and catch up on those. And then when you get very excited about saying goodbye to tomorrow and hello to all these new experiences that you are stepping into today, make sure to keep your mouth closed. Make sure that you don't prophesy all of your hopes and dreams onto those piggy ears, because all they gonna do is throw some mud on them. I am Miss Indigo Blue. I'm going to leave you with my mantra, which is, when it gets hectic, don't forget, I've got it, you've got it, we've got it. The power. And we can do anything and everything we set our minds to with our power. Should it be for our greatest good or our greatest other? I'll see you here again next time. I thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And have a beautiful, wonderful day. Namaste.